Hey, hey, hey!
Hey.
If it isn't my favorite footy supporters, King of the North,
The King of the North!
and Johnny
Johnny
G.
G.
How are you, my friends?
I was waiting for the
I
second
don't know
one.
I didn't know what he was going to say.
It was like a big pause there between two.
I had to find the King of the North graphic, which is this one.
The King of the North!
Big pause there.
Sorry about that, guy.
Yeah, we're going good. We're going good, mate. How are you going?
Good, man. Not too bad. You know, still recovering from the disaster on the weekend, but you know,
It was a debacle
I'm
of monumental proportions.
I'm trying to, you know, look at it in a different light. I'm trying to, you know, tell myself that this is the plan. You know, just trying to tell myself that.
Yeah,
but
I'm not sure what light it was. It was the lights out, that's for sure.
well, look, you know, every game is different. So hopefully this week will be different. But guys, welcome to the show. HFD Footy Podcast is the best footy podcast in the land. If you're brand new to the show, make sure you like, share, subscribe. And check out our merch, guys. Check out our merch. King of the North t-shirt does look good. hfdmerch.myspreadshop.com.au for all your HFD merch. The chat, Don't Let Me, is giving me some shit in there. Straight Sets has already been hashtagged. And yeah, so he reckons that GWS are going all the way. Don't know about that. I beg to differ. Guys, it was a huge week of finals. What do you guys, just a quick brief, what do you guys think of it?
We better just say a quick hello to Dan, because he's given us a Hey Childo
I just said hello to
PG
him.
and Big Man.
I did say hello to him.
I know, but we didn't. So he said hello to all of us. So, yeah.
Oh, sorry about that.
Sorry about that. But yeah, footy. The footy was unexpected, really. I had a debacle of a tipping weekend, so that was fantastic, and I got to go in a box on Thursday night to watch the Collingwood game, so that was pretty nice. So that was unexpected, and yeah, good game, and the Collingwood supporters are pretty feral, so it was pretty loud. 92,000 on Thursday night, 92,000 on Friday night, so it was massive.
You see any of it, Johnny?
Yeah, I just want to say it's kind of a bit of a stress-free weekend. You know, it's always stressful when your team's in the hunt for finals like the Crows, and you know, now that we know that we're not in the finals, you can sort of sit down and enjoy a bit of the footy. And yeah, I think the first round of finals was pretty good. Had some good moments. Obviously, Port losing was a good moment, but we'll get into that later. But I think there was some good footy on show. Brisbane obviously looked pretty good. But I think they were the real standouts. But yeah, I think it's a pretty even race to this flag at the moment. I can't really pick the winner. Maybe Collingwood's edging it out at the moment, but yeah, it's a good first round of finals.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, it was some good games. You know, I mean, my weekend was overshadowed by the Port loss, but yeah, no, there was some good games. There was a few controversies happening in some of these games, which we'll talk about. But I thought maybe last year's finals round one was probably. I think they had more exciting games. Do you reckon last year was more exciting in that first round?
Yeah, it was. I reckon the footy was a bit better last finals so far.
So far, yeah. So
there's some good nail biters last year.
Yeah, apart from the grand final, it was the rest of the games were pretty good. So, but look, we'll get straight into it. Look, the first game, as the King did mention, he did go to it. Collingwood versus Melbourne, the first qualifying final. 9 goals, 660. Collingwood 7 goals, 1153. And the Pies are onto a prelim. Huge win for them. And they get the week off. King of the North, you were over there. Give us your rundown, man. What do you think? Like, you watched it live. You know, what did you think? And did you Do you think Melbourne have a chance this week as well?
Well, going back to the game, I think Melbourne seemed to be overwhelmed with the occasion. They didn't play their standard footy that we've seen Melbourne play all year. They were making a lot of mistakes. They were dropping the ball. They were turning it over a lot. They were really bad down in their back end, and their fullback area. It was just strange to see Melbourne play the way they did, and Collingwood were on pretty much from the beginning and on top. So majority the crowd was Collingwood. It was a home game for Collingwood, and had a massive crowd of Collingwood supporters there. So crowd really got behind Collingwood all the way through. But I was very surprised that Melbourne, for how good they are, they just seemed to be a little bit overwhelmed on the day. So and they just couldn't get back into it. It was too late in the end. So they had a good fight back in the last quarter, but yeah, it just wasn't good enough. They threw it away, I think, in the first half.
Yeah. Well, Oliver had 31 touches, and then. 31. Petrarca 29 and Gawn 27. So their big guns were, had a lot of the ball, and Crisp was the second highest ball getter for Collingwood with only 23. So you can just tell. I think a lot of the stats were won by Melbourne. I mean, look at the inside 50s. Collingwood 37, Melbourne 69. So they just couldn't convert. And
couldn't.
I think if these teams do play off again, I think it might be a different story. I did say on the night that Collingwood, if you had a good Brisbane playing them, even any good side playing them when they were on, they probably could have beaten them that night. I just thought Melbourne were a bit off. I just thought Melbourne were a bit off, and it was. I think Melbourne could have definitely won it. But
for sure. Yep.
They capitulated with their goal kicking. There was a bit of that this weekend. A lot of players were nervous. You could tell in front of goal, and cost them games. That's the problem. So,
Johnny G would have enjoyed quite a number of in front kicking at goals, wouldn't you, John?
It's just amazing how since the Crows, everyone's reviewing every goal, and nothing's getting by the reviews anymore. But I just want to mention on the game, I can't believe people out there wanted Maynard to be suspended. What was the bloke supposed to do? The guy's jumping up. Look, I'm not a Collingwood fan. I'm a Crows fan. I don't care about Collingwood. I don't care about Maynard if he doesn't play for the rest of the year. But the guy's jumping in the air to smother a ball. The guy kicks it. He's in the midair. Where's he going to go? He can't move midair. What are you going to do?
Well,
so people calling him to be suspended is just stupid, man. I've never seen such a stupid call. I don't even know why he got booked. I don't know why.
Well,
I don't know why he got reported.
Maynard is cleared, guys. Maynard is cleared.
That's justice, man. That's the most stupid. If he got weeks for that, then what are you supposed to do? Never go for the ball?
The thing is, John. The thing is, right? If that was a Port Adelaide player or a Crows player, I'm telling you now, we would have got weeks. That's what pisses me off now. I'm telling you, man.
Tell me how is that a reportable offence? What did he do? Just because Brayshaw?
No, it's not. I'm not saying it is.
Down.
I'm not saying it's a reportable offence. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that shit like this has happened before, where it shouldn't have been reported, where other teams are not Collingwood, they get done. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm pissed off about it.
I know people were saying like, "Oh, they're doing everything for Collingwood to make the flag." It looks that way sometimes, but this you can't. Maynard doesn't deserve anything for that. The guy was just going to smother the ball.
I agree. I agree what you're saying. He doesn't deserve to be rubbed out. But I'm telling you now, there's been instances before where other players have done similar acts, knocked out a player, they're concussed, and been out for 3 weeks. Do you know what I mean? That's where I get pissed off about. It's like, you know, like you got to have there's no consistency with the MRO, right? And that's what pisses me off about it. Yeah, exactly. I agree. It's not a reportable offence. It was an accident, but
some people out there reckon that he should have, while he's in the air, hug him as he's coming down.
Yeah, he can't
hug him.
I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
The guy was just protecting his family jewels. As soon as the ball went over, he just went to protect the family jewels, and he fell on Brayshaw. That's all it was.
There was no charging. There was no shoulder. There was no mallet. There was no intent. He couldn't get out of it. So the unfortunate situation was that he knocked him out. He's knocked him out, so he's unconscious he's taken off on a stretcher. But it doesn't matter. It's just like footy's just a hard impact sport. You know?
Yeah, but King, how many times this year someone unintentionally knocks someone out and they get weeks? How many times?
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course.
That's what I hate about you know, there's no it's all over the place. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna have a rule, fucking stick with it. Like, give us what you want to do, and there, because you're robbing out people for just knocking them out accidentally.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate those ones where you go to pick up the ball and your eyes are all on the footy, and as you're going down to pick up the footy, your shoulders hit someone and knock them out. You know, that's.
I know, and they get a week, or they get 2 weeks for it. It's like, no. No, but like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's the only thing I have a problem with it. I agree, it shouldn't be robbed out, because what can you do mid-air? You can't. Yeah, I agree with you. What you're saying.
That's right.
I don't know how Brayshaw got knocked out. Where did it hit him? Did he land on his head?
Man. It didn't
even look like he hit his head.
No, it didn't. It's hard to see because the camera angle was a bit hard, and he's wearing a helmet as well.
Yeah.
But I mean,
weird one for you. So,
I mean, huge news for Collingwood though. They get to keep their player.
Right.
He got cleared, so yeah, good on him. That's all I can say.
Huge news in the chat. We've got Primetime Feline. We've got Zakal is in the chat. Welcome. We've got Toby. Welcome everybody who's coming to the chat and everybody who's watching. And give us your comments in the chat about what you thought about the hit and whether he should have got off or whether he was okay.
How about we do a poll? We'll do a poll.
Poll. How about a poll? Yeah.
The Maynard poll. I didn't even know it got cleared. Did that happen today?
Last night.
No.
What's the poll going to be? Does Collingwood suck? Is that the
should
poll going to be? Or?
Should Maynard have been cleared?
Yeah, because all I know that he got reported from. What did he get reported for? And then I heard them talking about it. You know, he might get 3 weeks. I'm like, 3 weeks? You guys all lost your minds?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, because he got knocked out, everyone's like me. I was thinking to myself, well, he's knocked him out. How many times have people that have accidentally knocked him out been charged? So
that's right.
That's the only thing I could think of. That's the only reason he was going to get weeks. So, but
yeah. If you do it in the tackle and stuff, you probably get yourself in trouble. But
the AFL had the chance to appeal it today, but they didn't do it. So. They rejected that, so
it's a silly report.
Yeah. My chat's not freaking working. I don't know why, but anyway.
There we go.
Look, it was a good game, and look, Collingwood are into the prelim, and they're going to be tough to beat at the MCG. GWS or Port Adelaide will meet them over there. So, yeah. I
feel like they faded in that last quarter, though.
They were, man. They were, but look, they get Dacos back for that prelim in the next few weeks, so it's going to bolster their team for sure.
So. They're definitely beatable though.
Yeah, man. 100%.
I think so.
100% they're beatable. So, but
is it true that Carl just mentioned in the chat, Johnny G, that you're a Melbourne Storm supporter? Is that correct?
Yes, and I think the Broncos smashed us.
They,
Is that correct?
They did. And the Sydney Roosters actually beat the Sharks. So me and you, our teams play on Friday night.
I heard that Melbourne Storm, we had a killer run against the Broncos, like 13 years. They haven't beat us at their home ground or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
We got smashed. All good things come to an end, doesn't it, Cal?
That's for sure.
The Cars Wild.
Sorry about that, Christine. Got on a bit of a tangent there.
Wrong Toby trained with him. Lots of hits are potentially career ending. Yeah, true, they are, but sometimes they're accidental, don't they? So, Toby Crook
it's a contact sport at the end of the day, you know. You don't want it to be touch footy.
Yeah, 100%, man. Toby Crook goes, yeah, but the Melbourne player is now maybe not going to play footy anymore because of that incident. It could have ended his career. Yeah, it could have.
Yeah, but if Maynard lined him up and took him, like, shouldered him or, you know, clotheslined him or really went out to hurt him, then yeah, look, throw the book at Maynard. But if you look, Maynard, all he was doing was jumping up to smother the ball. He's playing the game.
I've never seen a smother like that though. Have you?
Well, he's just tried to jump and smother.
Yeah.
People jump and smother from the
Yeah,
mark
but
and everything like that.
yeah, but he went forward with it, like, to take him out. That's what people are looking at. You know what I mean? Like, he's jumped forward. He's not jumping on the spot.
I don't think Maynard had intention to do anything bad to Brayshaw.
No,
I think he looked like he was going for the footy. He looked like he was going for footy to me.
Yeah. Well, there you have it, guys. Collingwood in. Melbourne goes straight to a semi-final against Carlton. So it should be an interesting week for Melbourne. All right. Anything else you want to say about that game, guys?
Nah, it's low-scoring affair. You know, I'd rather a bit of an end-to-end footy match, to be fair. But, you know, the finals haven't lived up to expectations so far.
Nah. Don't let me go. If AFL turns into touch footy, I'm moving to Ikaria.
Yeah, 100%. Let's go.
Let's go on there anyway. Whether they change it or not.
We're too lazy to play sports in Ikaria, so there'll be no sports.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
Getting through.
That was that one. Then the next game was on Friday night. It was the Blue Boys versus the Swans. 11-8-74, 9-14-68. Carlton win that one by, 6 points. So Sydney gave it to them, but Carlton were just too good. And they're on to the semi to play Melbourne. So huge game.
Turned out to be a cracking game of football in the end. We did the watch along for this one, and it was a beauty, wasn't it? In the end,
it was. Sure was. It lived up to its hype, and Sydney, surprised me. Like, they were playing really well, and they could have pinched it for sure. So, but Carlton just too good, and but they had a few injuries. Carlton, I think, Harry went out. How many bad misses does Harry do a game, man? Did you see some of those misses he did?
God. Is he? Oh. He's shit, isn't he? Is Harry shit?
Oh,
shit.
Yeah. I don't know what they're going to do. If they've re-signed him for another 2 years, then far out. What do you do?
No, what do you mean 2 years, man? He's got like an 8-year contract, isn't he?
8-year contract.
I want to hear from Johnny Carlton. Does he rate Harry? That's what I was trying to ask him.
He's mentioned before where it depends on the team that you're playing on how he goes. And some teams he just plays badly against, and other teams he plays okay against. But yeah, that was terrible.
Oh, it was bad.
Dude, I think Josh Jenkins is better than Harry McKay, and I don't even rate Josh
no doubt.
Jenkins.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Josh Jenkins, oh my god, does he still play? Doesn't he play?
Nah, I've seen him on SEN the other day. So, but he kicked a huge bag of goals for us. But, you know, Harry's just It was shocking, man. He missed.
I like Josh Jenkins. He's a good player.
Did you see the goal where he marked it right at the edge of the square? I was like 10 meters out, and he missed.
Yeah,
Right in front. Right in front.
It's all right.
Not even the one that he was running into goal, open goal, and he hit the post.
The
It's
post.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Man.
Apparently,
Embarrassing.
Mackay signed for 7 years. Don't have any reckons. So
Jeez.
So you got yourself a good player there, King of the North.
That's
fantastic, eh? Beautiful. Beautiful.
so
Down back. Give him the back line.
the back line.
So Walsh had a good game, 28 touches. Lloyd 27, Akers 26, Hewitt 25, Chera 24. How good's Akers been from Freo? As if Freo got rid of Akers. Sarah had a good game. Doherty 21. You know what? Martin had 2 goals. He got rubbed out for a week though. So
Did he?
Yeah, he's rubbed out. And
That was a great move by Vossi, by the way, moving Martin in the back line at the end. He really saved them at the end, Martin.
Yeah, he should have got. They were supposed to get 2 weeks, Martin, but he only got 1 week. So, and yeah, so goals. I think Charlie Kerner was quiet and he had the 1 goal. So
Mackay is still better than Dixon, damn reckons.
nah, no chance.
He's... they could be on par.
No
Two,
They could be.
2 goals
They could
different.
be.
What are
They
you
could
talking
be.
about? What are you talking about, man? You're on drugs. You wish. You wish.
Chris is such a Dixon fanboy, isn't he?
He loves him. He loves him. Yeah.
Dixon does not miss when he's running into goal and hits a post. Never seen that.
Nah, that's true.
Look, about the Carlton game, it was a good game, but I think there's a little bit of worrying signs for Carlton. I expected them to smash Sydney, really, and Sydney showed Carlton's, downfalls a little bit. So I think it's going to be a cracking game between them and Melbourne. I don't know who to pick in that one, but yeah, I was more confident in Carlton before the final started. Put it that way.
Yeah, I agree, man. Both teams, Melbourne and Carlton, didn't have their best days. So, but last time Carlton met Melbourne, they won. So, it was a bit of controversy at the end there, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. But look, Sydney. I think I just heard today they're gonna get Grundy now. So Port Adelaide's out of the race to get Grundy.
Are they?
Yeah. So
Wow.
I mean that's gonna be massive for them if they get him. He's a good ruckman, and yeah. So their season is over. But a bit of recruitment, they got a good they got a good midfield. No more Buddy. They're not Buddy centric anymore, so they can. I felt like when they used to play with Buddy, they used to. I reckon he was the Achilles heel of that team this year. So, Sydney. But yeah, no, they did well, and but Carlton were just too good, and off to the prelim. What do you reckon, King? Carlton? Were you happy with their performance?
Yeah, no, they did well. They hung in there and they stuck fast for the 4 quarters, fought at the end and hung on. So they could have easily got beaten by Sydney. No, they're showing some real grit and that they can play 4 quarters and going to have to be at their best against Melbourne, that's for sure.
Let's
The
just
thing also.
go. Sorry,
Oh,
man.
sorry.
No, you go.
The thing we also got to remember about Carlton, they haven't been in the finals for 10 years. There's going to be jitters. There's going to be nervousness.
Yeah, 100%.
So I'm giving them a pass. I still fancy them against Melbourne. I want them to beat Melbourne because, Melbourne's still LA Crows players sometimes and it makes me upset. So, yeah, I think it's just first game jitters sort of vibe for Carlton. And I'm hoping for your sake, kicking it off, that they keep this momentum going and
Their first quarter was quite jittery. You know, when they first come out, you could see that they were, you know, a bit nervous and everything. So yeah, just having the run in the finals is going to be good for all those young players. So yeah,
100%.
yeah, they've got some good talent all over the field. So yeah, should be good.
You got Toby Cook.
Is one of my favourite players in the team. So out of, you know, not all those superstars in there, but he goes well.
Toby Crook goes, as a Carlton supporter, I agree, we've got a lot to work on, but we'll take a lot out of that game against Sydney, and hardly will put it better performance against Melbourne this week. Yeah, hopefully you guys do. I hope Carlton wins, so Chris Beach will unblock me.
Is that feud still going on between Cam and Chris Beach?
It is.
We'll put me and Toby will put a good word in for you, Dan. So don't worry.
We need to make a T-shirt. Unblock Dan.
Unblock Dan. That's right.
Oh god. Oh, look, you know, the way I look at it with Carlton is, you know, 3 months ago we were like, I'm never tipping him again. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm not, you know, they were so bad. And to be in the finals is just wow. So you got to take it. If you're a Carlton supporter, you'd be ecstatic. So
we've always said they've got the list. You know what I mean?
Oh, I've always said
the
that.
The crowd was huge. The crowd was massive. 92,500.
Yeah, but they were yeah.
Yeah, it was huge.
But they were in bad form, and you know, to turn it around and, you know, finish 5th is huge. So just to even be watching him playing finals is massive. So good on him. Yeah, good on him. But sorry guys, had an intruder at the back. All right. Well, next game. The next game was Saints versus the GWS. St Kilda 11-11-77 and the GWS 15-11-101. GWS on to the semi. They go through. St Kilda pack their bags. And I predicted this one actually. I didn't think St Kilda had it in them to beat GWS. So I thought that they're pretty average all year, and I think where they sat on the table wasn't a really good reflection of where they really are. I thought, you know, a team like the Crows or Geelong are probably a better side than them this year. So, and I didn't see them winning their first final against GWS, and came true. And GWS look like a team possessed, man. They look scary, and they're a good team, man. And with is it Bedford up forward, Johnny? Bedford and Riccardi and Toby and Toby Green, and even Green in the middle, the other Green in the middle.
He's for me. I love him at the Crows, Tom Green.
Yeah, how good is he, man? How good is he? So Hogan, you got Hogan up there. They got a good list, man. That's a
strong defense as well. Strong defense too.
That's a premiership side if you look at it.
They got Taylor Himmelberg back there. Even Haynes came as a sub. You know, he'll start for most teams. So
yeah.
Yeah,
it was an interesting game, and they just smashed St Kilda in the beginning, and St Kilda just couldn't keep up with them. Basically, I watched some of the game, and that's pretty much what happened. St Kilda got ahead in the beginning, and then it was all GWS from there. So they smashed them pretty much every quarter. Players, I mean, Riccardi had 3 goals too. Bedford had 2 goals too. Kelly got on the scoreboard with 2 goals. Max King had 3. Hogan had 2. Disposals was Rowan Marshall for St Kilda. He's a gun, 31 touches. But that's about it, really. Oh, he had Hill with 29. Tom Green, 35. Whitfield's another one, man. The halfback flanker, Whitfield. He had 31.
Yeah, he racks them up. He
does, man. Daniels is another one that plays in the forward line. He had 1 goal. And they play Himmelberg in the back line. I reckon he's good in the back line. What do you reckon?
Yeah, that's where he wants to play. His preferred position. He's outspoken about that, and he does a really good job. He intercepts marks, and
Yeah.
he's just cool and calm back there, man. And he just hits targets, and he moves that ball from the half back line out of that defense pretty easily.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, they're an interesting team.
But yeah,
and, hey?
let's be honest, man. Saints have overachieved this year. They deserve to be out. They're even lucky they got to have a final. You know what I mean? So.
What happened to the King of the North? What happened to the King of the North?
No, the King of the North has gone.
Where is he?
I'm here.
Winter has come to King of the North. It's all black.
I'm here.
Where are you, man?
Here I am. Can you see me?
No.
He's fighting Ramsey at the North Gate.
North Gate. He's fighting Ramsey. King of the North. What happened to you, man?
We can't see you.
Back?
Ridiculous.
We can't see you, bro.
Alia, they're calling you John Cena.
John Cena, you can't see me.
What's happened to you, man?
I don't know. I'm back now, though, aren't I?
Nah, it's like a magic trick. He's like.
I'm not back. Hang on.
Black. Oh, here we go. I think something's happening.
Yay! There you are.
Hey, there we go.
Why'd you turn your camera off?
I didn't turn it off. I've just been sitting here.
He defeated the White Walkers and he's back.
Oh my god.
That's it. Yeah, just had to take him out. But yeah, Ali is in the chat. Ridiculous in the chat. Thanks for coming in, guys. You can see me now, so all good.
It used to be your microphone, now it's your webcam struggling.
That's a webcam. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, GWS, man, they played really well. And look, man, that'll be my team to pick to win the flag if I had to pick a team to win the flag. You know, get GWS up there. I mean, Carlton will be a nice story as well, but yeah, GWS, they're playing good footy, man. And if I was Port, I'd be a little bit concerned. So they're coming for you, and yeah, man, Toby Green and the rest of the crew.
That's it. Exactly.
Just bring it here, just bring it.
Said, classic Saints performance, absolute scatter, and the most boring team ever. So yeah, they just hit it out in straight sets and didn't even put up a fight really. So, but yeah, just they're good. GWS are good. So yeah,
they are. They are. Nah, we'll see what happens, man. As I said.
Just bring it. No?
Just bring it.
He's the Rock. He's the Rock now. You got John Cena and the Rock in the same room. Look out.
That's it. Anyway, good luck to GWS this week. And St Kilda.
Ed wants to know how confident are you, Chrissy?
In what?
In your team.
Well, I'll give you a tip at the end, but
okay.
I'll give you a quick...
Let's get the Port's disgraceful game. Let's talk about that.
Oh yeah, let's go.
That's not.
Let's go.
All right, 19-9, 123 to 11-9, Brisbane onto the prelim.
Well, that's embarrassing, isn't it?
Just a flogging. Yeah.
In the finals. Port love getting flogged in the finals, don't they?
Well, you know what? We got flogged last time in the finals, but it was the end of the game. This is going to be different now. Reverse. Now we're going to start playing.
19. 11-19. The curse is back, Chris. The curse is back.
Well, no, it's not, because there's no 13 there, man. No 13.
Somehow you can make it 13.
Nah. Look, guys. Look, as much as it pains me, it was a tough game to watch. It was. I mean, if you watch the watch along, you'll see by the end how upset I was. It really.
He was.
Yeah, I was upset, man. I was pretty bitter the whole weekend after that. So, I just feel like, this all could have been avoided. Like, those 4 losses. I mean, even the showdowns. Like it's the Crows' fault that we played a prelim with the Gabba. Like you guys, it's your fault because you like we. What do you mean? What? One game. If we had won that game, we would have got to second and we would have won. We would have been here playing.
Why did you win the game?
No, I'm just saying. No, listen to me. Listen to me.
We're trying to listen.
Adelaide beat us twice. Adelaide beat us twice. Yeah, Adelaide beat us twice, right? Adelaide beat us twice.
Well,
no, I'm just saying.
Why didn't you beat him twice?
That's your fault. You lost, not our fault.
Yeah, I know, but I like to blame the Crows. I like to blame the Crows.
Wow.
That's out of the left field. That play.
Massively out of the left field.
No, it's not out of the left field. Listen to me. If we had won one extra game, we would have been second. We would have had a home final. Do you understand what I'm saying, or not?
Well, it's every other team's fault that the Crows are not in the finals. Then.
Yeah, I know.
And if my grandmother had wheels, she'd be a bike. So it's not the same.
No, I'm not. Look, it's not their fault, but it's it would have if we had won those games. Oh no, it's Port's fault for not fucking winning them. That's what it is. Like,
good.
Yeah,
100% Port's fault.
But you've got to admit, Chris, the performance was just trying to watch that game. It was just so hard to watch them, and the fumbling and the turnovers and in a final. I don't know what they're thinking. Who's the player they dropped? Who's the player they didn't put in? We were talking about
Francis Evans.
Yeah, Francis Evans got to come back in.
Yeah.
Would he have made a big difference that game though?
Well, he kicked 3 goals the week before, so
maybe. But what do you chalk it down to? Port played really bad or Brisbane played really good?
Oh, both. So Brisbane were outplaying. They were all over them.
Well, in the beginning,
were really good.
In the start, it was pretty even, but they hit the scoreboard, and we didn't. So, did we go with them? Yeah, we did. We stuck with them, and we tried, but we were just rattled. We were rattled. We couldn't hit when we got our chances in front of goal. What's his name? Todd Marshall just couldn't kick a goal, man. So we had our chances, man. We had our chances to put scoreboard pressure on them, and but when you keep missing shots, so we're getting a lot of the play. If you watch the stats, in that first half, we were ahead in some of the stats, but we could not convert, which means momentum then shifts to Brisbane. And once you give momentum to Brisbane at the Gabba, they're hard to stop. They're hard to stop over there. So. And what happened was, third quarter, bang, we lost a few players to injury. I don't want to make any excuses because I know it's an excuse, but when you lose 2 players in your back line, it's hard. It's hard to go against a team like Brisbane at home. And at the end of the day, we just weren't good enough, and we put ourselves in that position. Yeah, as I said, the two showdown losses. If you had won one of them, why did they capitulate at the end for? The Geelong loss, that loss there, the umpires fucked us that game. So,
yeah.
I'm not saying we would have won over here, but I'm telling you now, it would have been a lot better if we played home instead of the Gabba. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man.
Would have been good if you beat the Crows twice. That would have been good too.
Yeah, of course. A lot of things would have been good.
I know they're what ifs, man. I understand what you're trying to say. They're what ifs, but we shouldn't be in this position to begin with. You know what I mean? We should have finished second. So,
well, on the run you had, you should have been top 2, really.
Yeah, of course.
13 in there.
Of course, and then they play shit against Carlton. They have a shit game against Carlton. Oh yeah, we can afford to lose. No, you can't. You can't afford to lose. So
even if you finish second and you come out and play as shit as you did on Saturday night, then there's just no excuse. I just don't know what they're thinking, these guys.
Is Ollie Wines your captain?
Huh?
Yeah, he is.
Is Ollie Wines the captain?
He's acting captain because Tom Jonas is out. Yeah.
He's not a leader, man. I saw no leadership from him on that ground. For me, you got to pick a better captain. Just,
well, apparently Rosie is in the front runner to be the captain. So, I don't know.
And you
he's
can't have
he's
your
more
captain-
influential than Wines. Like,
And you can't have your captain in the back line either. Like, you can't have the captain down
We
back.
can.
You can't.
Well, you can, because
Well, you
Collingwood do.
I guess so, yeah.
Depends. It depends who the... It doesn't matter what position they play, I think. It depends on the character and how they lead. So, that's what I think. So,
Yep. You've got a tough run.
Look, whoever... Yeah, it's a tough run, man. Now we got to go play Collingwood, you know, and it's tough, man. It's a tough run if we beat GWS this week. So
you beat GWS first, bro.
Yeah.
Correct. But, you know, it's disappointing, man. And, you know, a lot of people are going, oh, well, we shouldn't have got Hinkley. You know, Hinkley should have waited until the end of the final series to decide his fate. I agree with that. That's what they should have done. They should have waited until the end of the season and then said yes or no on the contract. Not before the finals, just because he got 13 in a row. Even though I do like Hinkley, what he's done, but yeah, that's what I reckon. But yeah, look, it was disappointing. You know, Butters and Rosie just couldn't get their game going. Yes, they finished with 30-odd touches, but the problem with Port Adelaide is we rely on these players. We rely on these sole players, and you know our fringe players aren't sometimes good enough. Just not.
It's like your experienced players are not up to scratch right now. It's your younger players really carrying that team.
Correct. Correct.
Boki seems washed. But yeah, man, look, I don't know what to say about Port. Like, just not trying to take my Crows goggles off, but looking from the perspective of how they played, they're in danger, man. They're in big danger. You know, performing like that, 48 points, and I don't know if that's going to shoot their confidence going into this game against GWS or flying. I mean, they've got to take in the fact that they smashed GWS about a month ago, so they've got to probably bring that to the table. But, you know, out of the same teams, GWS got a few players in that weren't in that game. So, yeah, man, it's looking... Port's got to bounce back. They really do have to bounce back. And, you know, do they have the personality to do it? We'll wait and see, I guess.
Yeah,
and they can. We've seen them play a really bad game and then come out the next week and just absolutely smash it. So yeah, we've seen them. They can turn it around. So yeah, let's hope they do.
Yeah, oh look, they definitely can, and they're a good team when they're up and going. You know, but there's a lot of out of form players at the moment. I mean, you can just look at Jeremy Finlayson and see how out of form he is. There's a lot going on with him, with his wife having cancer, but you know, and it sucks for him. But I hope that he can regain and just just be in the game for that, you know, because you can tell he's not there, man. You can tell that he's not in the game. Yeah, there's just a few.
You can't afford no passengers in the finals.
Well, that's the problem, and you know, there's a lot of stuff happening in his life, and I think he's got to leave that at home just for fucking 120 minutes and just play, man. There's other players that are also out of form, but you know,
hopefully it's momentum. Hopefully it's motivation for him, you know, to do it for his wife as well. You know?
I hope so, man. I really hope so, and I think he's been struggling. It's I think documented this week that he's been struggling. So, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. But
one thing I want to say about Brisbane, though, I think they're the only team in my mind right now that are going to make the grand final this year, for sure. So,
yeah, I think
whoever goes to the Gabba after this elimination final, I don't think they're knocking off Brisbane at the Gabba at the prelim. So
I don't think anyone can. I don't think anyone can beat Brisbane right now at the Gabba. Like I know.
I don't think so. Either.
No.
They might lose in Melbourne on the grand final day, but I reckon they're going to the MCG for the grand final.
Yeah, GT23, Fatina, how are you guys?
What's up,
Welcome.
guys? Just miseration for the
I abstained from voting. Where were you voting?
Oh, the music's on. Is the music on?
I love the music's killer.
Music's on.
Oh, sorry. Sorry about the music.
Come on, Chris. What are you doing?
Sorry about the music, guys.
Sorry about that. Done it again.
What's wrong with me? Sorry, guys. Anyway, I was too busy crying about Port Adelaide, blaming the Crows for our woes.
You were.
Yeah, blaming the Crows.
Yeah.
Somehow the Crows are to blame in all this.
They are, man.
We're not even in the finals.
We didn't know how they were going to get mentioned, but they did.
We did.
This is what I think of Port Adelaide right now, guys.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
Yes, that's exactly right. But look, yeah, I agree.
The music is still on.
Yeah, I know.
The music. We like it. Is it loud?
It's wild music.
Can they hear us?
Oh yeah,
That's the music.
yeah, they can hear us.
Okay.
Quickly on Brisbane, yeah, I agree with Johnny G. They are the real deal. So, but you know what? I reckon if whoever gets to the MCG and plays them, have a good chance of beating them at the G. That's what I think.
It's shaping up to be Collingwood Brisbane, isn't it, right now?
At the moment, yes. Yes. That's what it's looking. But you never know. Things can change. Anyway, guys. Look, huge week of finals coming up. Week 2 of finals. Two huge games. First one's Friday night. Melbourne versus Carlton. And then the big one at Adelaide Oval. My boys, the Power versus GWS. Huge games, guys. Huge games. Now, we're going to get some tips now before we go. Boys, first game on Friday night. I'm just looking for it. Give me a sec. First game is the Dees versus the Blues at the MCG. Huge game. Last time these two played, Carlton just got over the line with a bounce. That is controversial. Was it touched? Was it not touched? Look, I don't think Melbourne does the same mistake twice. I think they're going to get Carlton. I think Carlton have done their run and done their dash, and I think Melbourne are going to be too good for them this time around. Boys, what do you reckon?
Both games are hard to pick this round, I must admit, but I'm sort of leaning towards Chris here. I think Melbourne. I just think Carlton have got the jitters being back in the finals. I think they're going to be nervous. Melbourne are experienced. They've got players in that team who've won flags. They've been there. They know what to do. I think Melbourne, but I think this is going to be a good match. I think it's going to be a close one. Melbourne just, but I'll rather see Carlton win. But I think Melbourne just.
Killer North, do you give your Blue Baggers any chance?
Yes, I do. Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep. I'm going to go Blues by 3 goals.
3 goals.
And it's going to be a crackerjack game. And Melbourne. I think Melbourne will get the jitters out that they had last week, and they're going to come out firing. So if Carlton are on, they don't get overwhelmed, then it's going to be an absolute beauty.
There you go, guys. Carlton Football Club by 12 points. Toby reckons Blues will win it for the King of the North. There you go.
I hope they do.
I hope they do, man.
I hope they do.
I hope they do. It'd be a big upset if Carlton did win, I think.
I'd rather see, is it Carlton Collingwood up? No, it'll be Carlton
Brisbane
after that, won't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
We wouldn't see Collingwood until the grand final.
Well, imagine that grand final. That would be huge.
Ah.
That would be huge.
Melbourne would be going off.
Melbourne and Brisbane will have to capitulate hard, though, especially Brisbane.
Yeah. They got a tough run, Carlton, to get to the flag, don't they?
They do. They do. It's a tough one. All right. Well, good luck, as I said, to Carlton, and good luck to the Melbourne supporters as well. But we'll be watching that one very closely. We will be doing a watch along for both these games, so make sure you guys
Make sure you come along.
Yeah, come along and hit the bell for notifications, so you know exactly when we go live, guys. Next game is the game that I'm very interested in and a bit nervous about, but it's my boys Port Adelaide taking on the Giants, GWS. Now, look, guys, I was asked before by, who was it, Ed, am I nervous? Yes, I'm nervous. Yes. Of course I'm nervous, man. They're a good side. They're on fire, GWS, and we are in a really, poor form at the moment. So, yeah. I got to back. We got to back. I got to back my team. I got to back my team. I can't.
You got to back your team.
I have to. I can't go, oh, GWS is going to win. I'm going to go Port. I'm going to put my faith into Port. Am I nervous though? Yes. Yes, I am nervous. 100%. But I think we'll win. I think we'll win by a bit close one. I reckon like 8 to 9 points, something like that. 10 points, something like that. It's going to be, and I think Port's gonna. Yeah, I think we're gonna play hard, because I don't think a loss like we did 2 years ago against the Bulldogs will. I just don't think the supporters will accept it. So if Hinkley wants to keep his head, he's gonna want to perform, because there are gonna be a lot of salty supporters. Me being one of them, if they don't perform against. If they don't perform against GWS, a team that's ranked a lot lower than us, it's going to be, it's going to be bad. So Port for me, come on Port, bring it home, and then off to the MCG to play the Pies. So, but we'll see what happens. I'm nervous, very. I'll be if Port loses, I'll be so upset, man. I'll be like, you won't see me for like weeks. I'm just seeing what's happy. I'm happy that it's not the Crows. Remember how we thought, how you were saying, it was going to be the Crows that we play in the finals and they're going to knock you out. I'm so happy it's not the Crows, man. Imagine that. Oh man, it would have been devastating.
It would have been great if the Crows were playing you this weekend.
No, it wouldn't. But anyway, boys, tell us your tips for this one. Be nice. Be nice.
You want to go first, kicking off?
I think that half of the Crows team will just come off the top of the roof and just take out half the Port players. And no, I'm only joking.
Don't say that.
I think I'm going to tip Port and hope they win. They're going to have to just turn around whatever that mess was last week and play at their best to knock over GWS, but they can do it. They did it a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going Port, and hope they win.
Go Power.
Go Power.
James using GWS. I can see it. I can see his crow smile.
When you put it on black and white, you put it on a whiteboard here, guys.
Be nice.
All the pressure in the world is on Port Adelaide this weekend. I mean, immense pressure. There's so much pressure that they're going to stuff up here. It's almost GWS have a free hit this weekend. They're in form. They look fantastic. They look like they can score multiple avenues to goal. Mm-hmm. Port do not have the defense to stop this GWS team this weekend. Unfortunately for you Port guys out there, and my good friend Chris is here on the left-hand side of my screen, Port are going out straight sets. They had to beat Brisbane. They needed to avoid this game, and they've stuffed up here, and they have to play GWS now. And I'm sorry for Tina, the Giants. I think it could be 4 or 5 goals this weekend.
No.
And
No.
yeah,
Please don't let that happen.
Port are going to finish their season this weekend.
Oh man, if that happens, I'll be really upset. And you know what really sucks about it? Like I have to like come into work that next morning and see you. It's like, oh.
Yes, that'll be the best. We'll have the Giants song going full blast.
You will. You will.
Be in your orange high vis as well, Johnny G.
That will be my business.
Oh man, I'll be so upset. I'll be so upset, man. But look, let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's hope Port Adelaide get the win and off they go to the MCG.
I think the pressure's going to be too much for you guys. You had to win your first final game to miss this, to avoid this game.
I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. It'll be a big shame. Heads will roll, bro. Heads will roll with Hinkley and all that if he loses.
Well, I think you guys have had a good season regardless, even if you do get knocked out this year. Yes, you'll be disappointed because you won 13 in a row. You finished in the top 4. You should have been maybe top 2. But did me and you both think this would happen this year? We both had Port outside at the top 8 at the start of the year. So, regardless, Hinkley has had a good year. Port's had a good year. Neither of us thought
you're right.
win a flag this year, but so I just feel like Port's middle year form, they need that now, and they haven't got that at the moment. So if they magically can bring that form back, they can win this game. But yeah, they need to go back to that form they had in the middle of the year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alia reckons he's wearing his high vis this week.
100%. Let's go.
Oh, jeez. Well,
let's go,
guys. I'm in the box seat now, and time has come. And
I'll be gentle if you lose this weekend. Don't worry. Okay, I won't be singing like you with this bye. That's you, bro. That's you. I was gonna punch you in the face when you did that.
Because you guys give me shit, so I give it back to you. That's all. Do you mean when I played this? I don't even know if I got it anymore. No, I don't have that. But... Oh, jeez. All right. Well, look, it's going to be a good weekend, and hopefully, I won't be crying on Saturday night. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. It definitely will be interesting. But guys, look, thanks for coming in. It was a good show. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Don't at me, guys. If I've got my clips of the big man saying that, Johnny.
No, cheers, Dan.
Hey, don't clip me, man.
No, we're better than these Port supporters, man.
Shut up, man. How many times have you bloody done it to me? Oh man, King of the North, it's been a pleasure, man. I'll see you guys. I'll see you on the watch along. Johnny G, are you coming on the watch along?
We're gonna do Friday night. We're gonna do Saturday night. So
unfortunately,
I'll be in for the second half on Friday, and then for the full game on Saturday. So come and join us.
Yeah.
Me and Chris C and Guy might make a guest appearance. You never know.
I'll definitely be in the chat because I'll be at work. But yeah, I'll be stirring. I'll be a keyboard warrior stirring you.
You will be, and I'll be either cheering or crying. So whatever it is, it will be, and we can't change the future or the past or the present. But look, in saying that, have a good weekend, guys. And also, we will be here next week for this Fallout show. So if you haven't subscribed, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell for all notifications so you know exactly when we go live. All right, guys. Well, good luck with your teams. I know Johnny G's team's not there, but good luck to Carlton, King of the North.
See that little jab at the
what little jab?
It's a little jab. See how I said Crow supporters are better than Port supporters, especially this bloke?
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. Oh my god.
You know,
We're
you know
about
what
to,
you did.
we're about to leave.
We're about to leave.
We're about to leave, and Jimmy T has arrived.
Oh my god.
We do
Hallelujah.
Father Jim. Goodbye, Father Jim.
Big happy birthday. Before we go, big happy birthday to Jimmy T.
Yes, happy birthday, Jimmy.
Jim.
Let's go. 35. Someone said he's 35.
35. It looks 45. No, only joking.
Oh no, don't tell him that. You should see his picture, man. He looks really young.
Even
looks
GT
25.
agreed with me. It's a jab on the way out.
It's not a jab, man. It was just a kind message.
Just a passing.
See, this is why I hate Port more since I've been close with you, man.
Why? 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 You should love us, man. All right, guys. All the best. Take care. Spike your hair. Stay hunky, guys. We'll see you next time.
Hunky. See ya.
Go to power. Go to power.